Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 2 of season 40. Today we're taking on LOXC. I have 7 fights to share with you today, the most fights I've ever taken in tier 1, including my first ever war boss, so very excited about that. And guys, look at the team for today. The Thunderbolt Kill Squad, Agent Venom, Scorpion, and also Kraven is there as well. So Scorpion will be doing most of the heavy lifting today, but we are going to get a few fights in with Agent Venom, starting off with this spot on node number 2. So with the right back at it node, we can't knock Spot down at all or he's going to go debuff immune. Agent Venom's damage entirely dependent on debuff, so we just have to out damage the protection. You also saw me pop on an invulnerability boost. I find it very difficult to prevent Spot from going untouchable, and we don't have a miss counter here, so I felt like I was guaranteed to take a few hits. You also see me try to avoid punishing his special attacks. In duels, I found that I was getting parried, and he like dashes back at the end of his special one, so you either whiff or you get parried here. Right here, I think I miscount the number of hits in the special, so I take a hit there. That's unfortunate. And then he goes untouchable right there, so there you go. I take a few hits, I lose my Clintar passive. Fortunately, I'm shrugging off most of these ruptures, which is nice. And, you know, the heavy is a little bit easier to punish here, especially when you're in the corner. As you can see, damage-wise, even with the protection up, we're still doing like 4,000 damage per second just from, you know, a couple of bleeds and incinerates there. So, you know, took a few hits, a little bit sloppy, but we got through the fight regardless. Alright, next up we have an Ebony Maw on node 11, an unduped Maw, which is weird to see at this level. Probably could have gone in here with Agent Venom, but went Scorpion instead because I felt like it was safer, plus class advantage. Starting off here with an immediate reparry and heavy to remove the focus, and then you're going to see me attempt a light backdraft here to get a combo going, and he just hits right through my light attack somehow. So I don't know if that's like a problem with his reach or what, but take a combo there, that's unfortunate. So the combat regen is to counter the degen, which I knew I would be taking one of here, so he nullifies my precision, and I get some degen there. But since he's unduped, the danger of further degen is pretty much non-existent unless I take like a special 2. Right there, I try and snap a heavy to him, it doesn't work, but I don't get punished, thankfully. Now we're faltered, so I have to wait it out. But you can see, like, damage-wise, we're doing just fine. We're getting the reparries, we're getting the knockdowns, getting the special intercept there, and then the Agent Venom synergy for Scorpion is giving us a passive Fury for each sting debuff we have on him, so our attack pretty much being inflated quite heavily throughout this fight here. Alright, so he's just about dead at this point. We're going to reparry one more time, knock him down with a heavy, and then special intercept. I thought this special one was going to take him just above a bar of power, and then he was going to be able to kill himself. Unfortunately, it just got him below a bar of power. So we have to reparry one more time, and a medium attack finishes him off. Alright, up in section 2, we have an Absorbing Man on node 25. We don't have to worry about the Prowess node at all, but we do have to worry about Power Snack and one too many hits. And you're going to see he gets power so frequently during this fight that we actually can't use a single special at all, because we have a Power Sting debuff on us pretty much the entire fight here, which is good for willpower healing, not so good for Scorpion's damage here. Other than that, it's basically just a standard Absorbing Man fight. We have to heavy counter his specials in order to remove his form. I don't really do a good job of that here. I think I overuse the heavy. You can only remove his form like that with a heavy every 20 seconds. So right here, I do another heavy right in a row. I should have done like medium or medium in order to apply additional sting debuffs, but it doesn't really, you know, hurt me. It just makes the fight a bit longer than is probably necessary. We went with the Poison pre-fight here because it's the only debuff that he cannot be immune to at any point in this fight. It doesn't matter if we push him into the orange and he switches forms because we can heavy counter either special 1 or special 2 quite easily. So really at this point is, you know, just making sure that we don't accidentally push him to a special 3 with Power Snack here. And as long as he's being cooperative and we can have enough distance to get out of the way of the specials, keep him from getting into a refined form, which makes the chip damage quite significant here. He's being very cooperative here. We're chilling on 3 bars of power. If we need to do an emergency special 3 at any point, we do have that opportunity. But as you're going to see here, the fight is going very well, and we're actually going to finish with a yellow bar of health here from all that willpower healing. Right there, I got super lucky. He snapped to me with a heavy attack, but luckily I resisted it here. So again, doing shortened combos, medium, light, medium, to maximize our sting debuffs here, and then this medium ends up finishing him off. Full yellow bar, very happy with how that fight went, but this fight, you guys, holy crap. Oh man, this is a Spider Ham on node 37. We're going to go in here with Agent Venom. This fight is going to take 13 seconds to finish. So we're going to go in. We have a House of X pre-fight here because Agent Venom is a hero, so we get the extra attack and the passive stun. We get the Light Intercept off and the Fury passive, which is hidden behind the Clintar passive. And one special one, you're going to see his health absolutely melt away. Just a ridiculous, ridiculous fight. Moving on, we have a node 39 Juggernaut here. Going to go in here with Scorpion, use an advanced power boost. I want to try and get a non-damaging debuff up as quickly as possible to turn off his gem. Really badly misplay the start of this fight here. So I try and get super fancy with the heavy charge and the special intercept, but he hits right through it because I'm late on the special. I try and reset. He doesn't dash, and I hit the special right into his block and take a bunch of damage as a result. So, you know, unforced errors there. I think my big lesson learned for this war is just to not try and be so fancy with Scorpion. Like, you can get by just fine with just normal combos and a special one. There's really no need to do the heavy charge stuff. So Scorpion is a tactic attacker, which means our special attacks are going to be Fate Sealing Juggernaut, and between the Fate Seal and the Neutralize passes that we're applying on basic hits, there is very little danger of giving him too many Flourish buffs, or from him getting too many Unstoppable buffs here. So as long as we can counter his special ones with a special one of our own, and then continuously reapply that non-damaging debuff, that's really the safest way to prevent him from getting Unstoppable. You can also see that we are not worrying about intercepting at all in this fight. We're just out-damaging the protection with our Sting debuff since it's direct damage. Again, the fight is taking a little bit longer than it otherwise would. I didn't really want to risk an intercept at any point here. Scorpion, very safe for this fight, and I'm fine with a lengthier fight rather than a riskier one here. So, and he's eventually just going to kill himself with specials anyways, So coming up right here, I am late on the SP1 punish, and he dexes and punishes me instead. I think that's the second or third time that he was able to dex out of my punish in this fight here. So I'm going to try and finish up with a special one here, which doesn't end up killing him, but he attempts a special right afterwards and ends up killing himself. So again, a bit lengthier fight, sloppy in places, but we get through it. Alright, we're up on Boss Island. We have a rank 5 Hulkling on node 53, Stunning Reflection. Going to go in here with Scorpion with the Ruptured pre-fight since Hulkling is immune to shock and poison. Obviously we cannot parry in this fight, but we will have a nice steady stream of power via the Polka Dot Power node since we're pretty much always going to have a damaging debuff up on Hulkling. So the plan in this fight is really just to cycle the special ones. Since Scorpion again is a tactic attacker, we're going to be Fate Sealing all of Hulkling's annoying buffs, and between that and the neutralizes, we're going to be keeping most of his stuff in check. That said, if he is not immediately cooperative with special attacks, there is a few opportunities in this fight for him to regen, just like he did there, and then if we Fate Seal the Indestructible, he gains the passive version. Not really that dangerous, just kind of lengthens the fight a little bit. So in this fight, if you are unable to consistently push him to a bar of power and then punish it with your special one, you do need to try some sort of intercepts. I'm not really sure why I went for the heavy charge special one there. Again, really no need to get fancy here with Scorpion because now he doesn't have a bar of power, and I need to either pull off an intercept or risk a couple of blocked hits and him going unblockable. So really, really poor decision making by me there. Right there, I go for the blind intercept. It doesn't pay off, but it gets him to a bar of power. So I guess pro strat is getting hit in order to give the opponent a bar of power, I guess. All right, right there, second time he goes passively indestructible, but again, the fight is going just fine. We've taken a few unnecessary hits, but we are sticking to the strategy of spamming the special one, keeping a bunch of those Sting debuffs on him, and there you go, he kills himself. Okay, last fight of the war for me is a rank 5 APOC boss. This is the first boss I've ever taken in Tier 1, so pretty excited for it. Going to go in here with Scorpion with a Poison pre-fight to limit the amount of willpower healing that APOC gets. The plan here is just to spam my special ones here and let APOC essentially kill himself. With the taunt up from the special one, it's more than likely that he is going to be only throwing his special ones here. I'm not confident in the full special one dex there, so you see what I'm going to be doing here is just blocking the first couple blasts and then dexing out of the last one and using that to punish there. So since Scorpion is a tactic attacker, he's really good for the boss node because with Opportunist and Adaptive, APOC's attack rating is normally going to be increasing quite significantly with all these buffs that he would be getting, but you know, constantly fate sealing him and neutralizing him with a tactic attacker really just makes this a big health stun immune APOC. And you can see we're less than a minute in here. We're already got him a third of the way down, trying to do some backdrafts. Right there, he just stands there and like dares me to attack him, and I'm not falling for that crap, APOC. Don't try that on me. You know, if we can push him to the special 2, that would be great, but I'm not really willing to take the blocked hits in order to do so. You know, I'm fully comfortable with the SP2 dex, but seeing the amount of health that I'm losing, which is very little on the SP1 blocks, I know that as long as I don't take like a massive combo to the face or a full-on special to the face, I'm definitely going to be winning this fight here. So again, baiting out the special attacks, as long as we can get off the special one, fate sealing the flourishes, fate sealing any adaptive buffs that may have triggered in that time frame, and eventually APOC is just going to kill himself. The taunt also doing a really good job of reducing APOC's attack rating during those special attacks, so again, that really helps in the amount of block damage that I'm going to be taking. Scorpion has very high block proficiency to begin with, so even if we weren't doing that, Scorpion would still be able to safely take this fight. I can't remember how long this fight takes, but it's really just, you know, it's like the same cycle on repeat here. Bait out his special one, counter with a full combo, light backdraft if I need to in order to push him over a bar of power again, and then finish off with my special one to take care of his buffs, apply the taunt and additional sting bead debuffs. Overall, really pleased with my performance in this fight. We talked a minute ago about safer fights sometimes being longer. This is a really good example of that. You know, Scorpion, I think, is one of the best tactic attackers for this war season. Fights may be a little bit longer than like a nuke option, but he's just so safe, especially for this boss node. So I think one more combo and a special attack from APOC, and he is going to sting himself to death here. And that'll be all she wrote. My first war boss down. Very, very happy with this war overall. We did come away with the W. 7 kills, 0 deaths for me, and our record has improved to 2-0. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this war as much as I did. If you did, please let me know by hitting that like button. Remembering to subscribe for access to future war videos. As always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.